Hi everyone. Right, I did actually schedule a little countdown timer, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Whoa, what fun. Happy days. Right, I might be a bit too zoomed out. Sorry for the swinging. I might be a bit too zoomed out, but if I try and zoom out anymore, I have a feeling you're going to see my desk again. I don't want you to see my desk. So anyway, there we go. We'll just have to deal with what we've got. Hi Vicky from down under. Hi Laura. Very cold. Oh my goodness, 2 degrees. Wow. I think it's I'm not sure what it is here. About 9 here, maybe 9 degrees. Like that. Yeah. So. Oh, you're seeing my nice reflection in the camera. Wonderful, wonderful. Happy days. So yeah, so we're going to do a slightly different version of this. And while we're waiting for people to join, I'm just going to cut some butterflies out. So don't mind me. Just want to cut some butterflies out. So I'm just going to move these out of the way. Yes, so you can sit and watch me fussy cut for a second because I'm going to use these on my project. And actually, I want to stick them. I want to use the trick, and I think it was Nola told me about this, where you stick them onto acetate. Because I think that would be a very good idea. Let me just get some acetate. Talk amongst yourselves. How is it with you? How are things? How's the weather, etc, etc. I'm going to use some. I always keep, you know when you get stamps and they come on these bits of acetate, I always keep them. And actually I think this would be quite a good idea for sticking my butterflies onto, because they're a little bit scratched, they're a little bit whatever, but you know, they're good enough to stick butterflies onto. Right, who have we got? Hi Sally, hi Karen. 17 Fahrenheit. Oh my goodness, icy and snow. Wow. And then completely direct contrast, we've got Rosemary in Western Australia, and it's hot. So isn't that crazy? It's just crazy. The way the world works is crazy. Right, I'm just gonna, just while we're waiting for everyone to join in, I am just gonna do some butterflies because I need some butterflies for my project. Antonio makes butterflies, of course. Hi Kobe from Holland, I presume. Vicky, you're having a heat wave. Oh goodness, oppressive heat. Yeah, see, I'm not good with heat. I am not good with heat. It's true. Not that good with very cold either. I kind of just like it just nice. Hi Beth. Yeah, 70 in it. I know. Oh goodness, Ganeshos. It's funny, isn't it? We're never really happy with what we've got, but you know, there we go. Hi Cindy. 7:30 a.m. My goodness, you guys are committed, that's for sure. You guys are committed. You're probably wondering why I'm covering a piece of acetate with double-sided tape. It's because I'm going to stick some butterflies down. I'm going to cut them out, that's why. Okay, so that's right. 2 Fahrenheit. Okay, you know what I need to do? I need to make myself a little Fahrenheit to centigrade converter and just stick it somewhere near my desk. So whenever we go live and someone says it's whatever it is in Fahrenheit, I can just convert it straight away because I'm always like, how hot is that? Who else have we got? Liz from Minnesota, 10 below 0. Oh my, -10. Ooh, I think you win. You win the coldest place so far. You definitely win, Liz. Definitely. -10. We've had -10 here before. I remember a few years ago when I was pregnant, actually. I remember because it snowed here and I really wanted to go sledging, but because I was pregnant with my son, I couldn't. So that would have been around 2009, 2008, 2009. Oh my days. Yeah, -10 is cold. Goodness gracious. 6:30 a.m. Oh my goodness, Liz. So you're winning. You're just winning all the prizes. You're winning the coldest. You're winning the earliest. You're just winning right now. For all the wrong reasons, but you're winning at life. You're winning at life. Who else have we got? June. Oh, it's 6:30 with June as well. So you're in the winning bracket for being early. Hi there from Ireland. You're going to try and follow along today. Cool. Oh, 5:30. Sorry, Laura's won. Laura's won with the how early it is. She's won the earliest whatever the word is, time zone. But I'm sure we'll get somebody on in a minute who's like 4:30 or something ridiculous. Bristol, sunny and windy. Yes, it is here. It is here as well. Ali, it's definitely sunny and windy, but I don't mind. I don't mind sunny and windy. I can do sunny and windy. That's fine by me. That is fine by me. As long as it's not too windy and we're not ended up with, you know, no roof and stuff like that. But otherwise I can do sunny and windy. That's fine. Right, bear with us. If you're just joining and you're thinking, oh my goodness, she's talking too much, I'm just waiting for people to come in, and while I'm doing that, I just thought I may as well stick some butterflies down. Who else have we got? We have got Susie in Illinois, 6:35 a.m. and 12 Fahrenheit. My goodness. Vicky, 10:35 p.m. Wow, okay. And Liz, -12. Liz wins with -12 centigrade. -12. Oh my goodness, that's very cold. That's very cold. You know, it's funny because over here quite often when it gets really cold, people say, oh, it's too cold to snow. And I'm always like, hang on, what do you mean it's too cold? How can it be too cold to snow? Like, there are places like the Antarctic where it's, you know, very cold and it still snows. So it's not too cold to snow at all. If it's cold, it can snow. That's how it is. That's how I see it. Right, just bear with while I just stick these butterflies and cut these butterflies out. What time is it? No, it's 12:36. Okay, cool. So I did a little vote with the old about this card because I wasn't sure if people want to see it since I've already done a tutorial for it. But I am going to do it without the flaps this time around. And I've also got another little extra that I've added in as well as a little, you know, little extra. So it's not exactly the same. I don't like doing tutorials and live streams the same because I figure there are some of you who watch the tutorial and you watch the live stream, so you don't want to watch the same thing twice. Live streams are mainly for chatting and just, you know, talking and whatever. But also part of that, you want to see the card. You don't want to see the card twice. So that's why I try and come up with other ideas as well. So last time I looked, I think the poll had closed. I think there was like 12 people who didn't want to see it, but then there was like 70 odd, or no, 50 odd. There was more. It was quite a big majority anyway. It wasn't, it was like 75% wanted to see this card, so that's why we're doing it. You just started it, Laura. You need to finish decorating. Yeah, cool. Well, hopefully this will give you some more ideas then, because as I said, I'm not doing it exactly the same as I did it in the tutorial. I'm going to do it more or less the same, but I'm not doing the flappy bits this time, so I'm doing it more like the original that you saw. I'm not going to put the ribbon on it though, but I am going to add another little thing, which I actually meant to do for this one, but then realised too late. So I've got a little kind of poppy-uppy, not, I don't know if you call it pop-up, a little feature that kind of flips up. I don't know if that's going to be a bit too, yeah. Renee, Western KY, okay. Cold and iced here, wow. I'm glad you suggested this fold, Laura, because I'm actually really loving it. It's funny though, I did it in my craft class yesterday with two ladies, and yeah, we struggled. And actually this is the one I did in the craft class, this one here. I shall show you it in a moment, and we did struggle, I have to say. So yeah, I don't know why we struggled. I think because it was Monday morning. I think that might have been part of the reason. Also because I accidentally told everyone to put the wrong squares in the wrong places. That didn't help. So yeah, we managed to get there in the end, but I did need a big bar of chocolate and a bit of a lie down in a darkened room afterwards, I have to say. Right, I'm going to cut this butterfly out and then we'll start, and then I'll just have to cut the rest out when we get to them. Okay, because I understand it's a bit boring watching somebody cutting out butterflies. So we will get to the rest of them later, and I'm not the quickest or the best at fussy cutting either. There's one butterfly done. Wow, 1 out of 5. Right, let's put these to one side for 1 second, because we don't need those just yet. So this is the one I did yesterday. Kentucky, yes, Fredo, thank you. You need to help me out because my brain doesn't work. Liz, it's mine. Goodness me, Liz, it keeps getting cold over here. It was -10, now it's -12, and now it's -23. 23! That's ridiculously cold. Goodness gracious me. I do not want to be where you are, Liz. I really don't. My goodness, -23. Whee. So yeah, anyway, this is the one I did yesterday, and I actually stuck my flaps down. See, on this one, I quite like the way the flaps stick up, but because I'd stuck my happy and my birthday, they were a little bit like all over the place. So I need to stick them down. And on the inside, I've got this camera, which is actually one of the Kokorosa Studio dies. So I thought I'd give it a bit of a go so you could see it. And actually, it's quite a nice one. So these are the die. Let me take that one off. these are the dies you get. So if you use iced 20, you get 20% off your order at cocorosastudio.com. So yeah, this is the camera die, and then this is the bit that goes on the front, and then that's obviously for the rim. I left these two bits in because they're so tiny, so I just cut it all out the same card, and then I've just stuck them on, and then that bit I've stuck onto here, and then I actually just cut the top half of the camera out of another kind of card, and then just stuck those bits on. So that was that. So I think I have a cat trying to get in. Let me just quickly check, see what my cat is doing. I have a kitten, and she's I just hear noises. Oh yeah, she's outside the door. Well, she's gonna have to stay outside the door because I can't let her in because she will cause havoc. So yeah, so that's the camera die. So I quite like that. And then obviously I need to stamp a greeting on the inside. But yeah, but that's the card, and obviously that's the original that we did in the tutorial. So that is that. Oh, and I did get round. Oh, goodness me. I did get round to stamping things. Oh, I've gone and got a bit of glue, rogue glue. I did get round to stamping the inside in the end. So there we go. Hi, Carrie in Norway. Cool, Liz. I'm glad you like this card. Well, you can make one today. Right, so I think I've got all my mats and layers ready. I hope I have. So today we're going to do it slightly differently. So we're not going to have these flappy bits here. So these bits are going to be cut off. And with that in mind, when I did the tutorial, I actually measured in. But this time round, I've actually cut myself a little template because I think it's going to be easier with the template. I might be wrong, but I'm hoping that it will be easier. So let's bring in the bits and pieces that we need. Let's start with the actual card itself, the base card. Oh, all my things are sliding. Bear with. Let me just. Oh, goodness gracious! Got bits sliding everywhere here. I'll have to put them on my desk. You can. I don't think you can see them. Thank you, Karen. Yes, it is a very nice card, and I'm glad that Laura sent me the the link to say, can we make this, please? Because I was like, yes, we can. That's a very nice card. Okay, so we'll start with the base card. So the base card is 6 by 12. I think that's right. Let me just do it. Yes, it is 6 by 12. The base card is 6 by 12, and we're just going to score it like a gatefold. So we're just going to score along the long edge at 3 inches and at 9 inches. Okay, so at 3 and at 9. So that's basically your gatefold, and you can go ahead and burnish. So there we go. I need to remember to stick in. There's a certain new element to this that I need to stick in that I forgot to do when I did my tutorial. So I need to stick it in at a certain time. Right, so that's your basic gatefold card. Normal basic gatefold card, nice and easy. That's that. Then you need a mat card. And you better, well, you can do a single side because I've got like a spots on one side and plain on the other, and I'm going to cut out a white piece to go in, which I haven't done, which I'm a silly sausage because I need to do that. But anyway, and this piece is 5 3/4 by 11.5, and you're going to score it in half at 5 3/4. Okay, so that is that. I can get rid of this because I don't need to do any more scoring. So we're going to fold it in half, 5 3/4, and that is going to make your top folding card. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now, before we go any further, we need to make it into an octagon because we can't go sticking things down unless it's octagonal. So if we start with the base card, you get yourself a ruler and a pencil. And what you want to do is along the top of your card, you're going to measure and mark at 1 3/4 in from the corner along the top. So 1 3/4 from there is there. And then you're going to measure and mark from 1 3/4 from this side. So 1 3/4. So it's 4 1/4 basically. So you're going to measure and mark at 1 3/4 and at 4 1/4 because that's 1 3/4 in. And you're going to do that on all 4 sides. So we're going to turn this around. 1 3/4, 4 1/4. Turn it around again. You can hear my kitten running around outside. Not outside. Well, in the hallway. 1 3/4, 4 1/4. Turn it around again. 1 3/4, 4 1/4. Okay, and then what we want to do is you can either draw or just go straight in and cut. I might just go ahead and cut, okay, just because I don't want pencil lines on my card. So you're basically going to cut. If I draw one line there, you're literally going to join those 2 lines up and cut across there, across there, across there, and across there. I'm going to use a Stanley knife, I think, and cutting mat, because otherwise I've got to move a whole lot of stuff to get to my guillotine. So let me just do that, and it also means you can see what I'm doing as well. So come on, Mr. Stanley knife, work for me. There we go. Right, so we're going to line up. Hopefully my head won't get in the way at any point, and I won't knock the camera. So we're going to line up those 2 marks, and we're going to cut like that. I'm glad I changed the blade on this, because otherwise it would be tearing it right now. Right, there we go. There's 2 pieces. Here's another one. Oh, 4 corners in total. What I was thinking of doing was I was wondering about working out how big this square would be, and then making a template and just sticking it on instead of having to measure. But yeah, I think for this part, I think it's okay just to measure. Right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right, so we now have an octagonal card. It looks like a stop sign, and if you open it up, it looks like a sweet. So there you go. I quite like the fact it looks like a sweet, and I'm now thinking, giving me other ideas. Giving me other ideas. Right, so once you've done that, that just needs to go to one side for the moment. Actually, no, let's deal with the front while we're here. Let's deal with the whole card while we're here. Right, okay. So when I did this in the tutorial, what I did was I measured down from here to here and marked 3 inches. Okay, so I'm still going to do that. Mark at 3 inches. Now you're not going to be able to see this because you're going to cover it all up. And the same here. Measure down from those 2 marks and make a mark at 3 inches. So you now know if you join those 3 inches up, that is halfway. Okay, like that. That looks wonky to me. Let me just double check. What have we got here? 2.5. So half of 2.5 is 1 1/4, which is there. So if I go from there to there, are we line? Yeah, we are in line. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Karen, such a bit. I know. Yeah, that would look cute with a shaker element. Oh, now you're talking. A shaker element in the middle. Giving me ideas, Karen. Giving me ideas. Right, so what I decided was when I did it in the tutorial, what I did was I drew this line here, and then we measured in 1 1/4 inches from the edge in, and 1 1/4 inches in here. Same at the top, same at the bottom. But I thought, you know what? Because we're cutting these bits off, you want these to be right. And this, I don't know if you can see. So like here, for example, my border is off. And so because my border is off, it doesn't matter with this design because the flap covers it. But with these flaps cut off, and here as well, you're really going to notice it. So I was thinking, how can I get over this? So then I thought, well, what if, because clearly that middle bit there is not a proper square. So because of that, I thought, what if we cut out an actual square? Whatever that square is supposed to be, we cut out a square as a template and use that to cut round our, to make our aperture. So that's what I've done. I've taken a piece of card. This is the sort of card you get on the back of paper pads. You know, on the back of when you buy a paper pad, it's always got that sturdy card on the back. I keep some of those for templates because I find it really useful. So I've cut myself a 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch square. So then what I'm going to do is place this 2.5 inch square diagonally on the card until all the points cross either a pencil line or a gatefold. So you can see at the top here I've got a cut edge and I've got a cut edge, so the point meets both of those, and then where my pencil line is, the points meet those as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw around this like this. And hopefully this will work. I've not tried this yet, so we're trying this live on air. You guys are... But if I place that in the middle there, you can see it is 2.5 inches. You can see how it fits. So I reckon it'll work. So then, with that being so, we now just need to cut that out. So I'm going to bring my Stanley knife back in, and I've just realised I've overshot my pencil line a little bit here. So I'm just going to rub that pencil line out, and here as well. There we go. So I'm going to just cut that out. Sometimes these square templates are a good idea if you want to cut like this sort of thing. And also, I mean, if you've got a die, you can do it with a die, but I'm trying to cater for everybody. So if you've got a die that fits, that's 2.5 inches exactly, you can just use your die and just kind of, you know, place it and do half and then the other half. But yeah, not everyone has dies. And also, sometimes you don't want to get your dies out. Sometimes you just like, oh, you know what, let me just, you know, just wing it. So this is a way to kind of wing it, but also know that it's definitely going to fit. And you're left with a triangle that with all your other little triangles that you might be able to use. So let's go for this one here. Now I'm cutting slightly on the outside of the pencil line so I don't get it, but only very, very slightly, because if I go too far over that pencil line, then it's going to make my whole square a little bit too big. So, oh, there we go. Right. Yes, Karen, exactly. Well, I have wonky cuts too, so you're not the only one. Right, so there we go. So this is what they originally had. So this is, yeah, that looks good actually. Because obviously I know that's a square. There's no doubt I know that's square. So that there should be the same distance. Should be. See, the only thing with this is, and this is why I was thinking about making the larger square, it depends how accurately you've measured in and cut this as to whether these are equal. Just out of interest. Let's have a little look. Well, that's like 1 5/8, and that is 1 oh no, that's not 1 5/8, that's 1 3/4. Okay, so my cuts are obviously out. So this cut here is out. So that's why I was saying about working out what the square would be. And then you could put your square on and cut, and these would be right. Anyway, whatever. I might have wonky cuts. We'll just have to see. Have to see what happens. But if I do have wonky cuts, it's because of these cuts, not because of the inside. So, you know, yeah, it's fine. So I'll probably line it up to the inside rather than the outside, and then I can always trim that to fit. So, I mean, that's, you know, that's the only thing, I suppose. Right, okay, so we've done that one. That can go to one side. If we bring this one in, we're going to do the same again. So as we did to start with. So we're going to cut 1 3, mark 1 3/4 in from all 4 edges from the corner. So 1 3/4 in here, and then that's already 3/4. So then 1. So you're marking at 1 3/4 and at 4 on all 4 sides. So I'm going to turn this round. We've got 1 3/4 and at 4. Turn it around again. 1 3/4. There it is, and at 4. The only problem is you'd have to do like a template for each of these mats to get the proper square. So I think maybe it's best to do the measurements like I'm doing now. And then if you do end up with wonky, whatever the word is, wonky layers like mats and whatever, then you can always trim the outside. I think that's probably the best way of doing it. Right, I need to try and see my pencil lines, which is a bit tricky because this is dark card. Right, there's one there and there's one there. Hoping my head's not getting in the way. There we go. Oh, I went off then. Oh dear, that's not a very straight line. Oh no, that goes in slightly. Oh well, never mind. Whatever, it is what it is. Right, let's do this one. Oh, that's the only problem with doing it with a Stanley knife. So if you press a little bit too hard against the ruler, then you end up pushing the ruler in, and you end up with not a straight cut. Hi Louise, don't worry. Better late than never. Better late than never. Right, where are we? There. And there. There we go. Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody, as well. Just saying. Rita Retro is not here to do my hype man that she normally does. Right, okay, so that's that piece done. So there you have your, it does look like a stop sign now because it's red. Anyway, so there's that. So that's going to go in there. And then you need a piece of pattern paper. And this needs to be 5.5 by 5.5. Now I'm using the Antonio Makes kit, and this one is from one of his new kits, and it is called, she says, looking through, is it that one? No, it's not that one. It is called, bear with, why I try and find it. I've got them all here. I'll show you while I'm looking for it, because you've probably seen quite a few of these papers by now, because I'm using them a lot because I like them. Haven't used these yet. I need to use these. I need to use these because these are beautiful. This is like a quick flick through. This is, I mean, you would have seen these already, but yeah, let me just quickly find it. Bear with. Here it is. It's this one. So it's part of A Midsummer Day's Dream, and it's a suite, and it's that one, and it also goes into all of that as well. Beautiful papers. No, it's usually not that one. Oh, is it that one? I don't know if it is that one, actually. I think it's the other one. Yeah, it's this one here. It's this one. Oh, it's still part of A Midsummer Day's Dream, though. Yeah. Yeah, so it's still Midsummer Day's Dream. It's just the other butterfly paper. But yeah, beautiful papers. Beautiful papers. Don't forget to use Louise 10 to get 10% off your order. Just saying. Right, let's just do this then. So with this again, you're going to do exactly the same again. It's always 1 3/4. 1 3/4, and then 1 and 1, 2, 3. So you're marking at 1 3/4 and at 3 3/4 on all 4 sides. Now, when I've been making these, this is now my third, I've realised that your layers don't always work out that well, so just trim them. If you find they don't quite fit properly, just give them a trim. You know, it's a handmade card. It's not supposed to be perfect. I like perfect, but it doesn't turn out perfect because it's handmade. 3 3/4. There we go. Right, so let's cut these down and hopefully not tear my paper. So go from that mark to that mark there. I'm going to cut that off. There we go. I've got lots of layers here. I could layer all these pieces up quite happily. Right, let's go through these. Yeah, I can't believe it's going to be February soon. Like in, well, tomorrow actually, isn't it? It's February tomorrow. Can't believe it's February tomorrow. Where has January gone? Where has January gone? It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. It was the 1st of January. Now here we are, almost at the 1st of February. And before long, I'm sure it will be Easter. Craziness, craziness. On our last live stream as well, we were talking about Facebook, and obviously I'm not on it. So I'm hoping you guys have found me. If you want to tag me in, if you make something, you can tag me in. I'm iced, and then image designs, all in one word. If you send me a friend request, I probably won't accept, just because I don't accept anybody's, which is why I only have 9 friends. Those 9 friends, in inverted commas, are people I know through work. That's it. They're not actually friends. Okay, so they're not actually, like, you know, people I speak to on a daily basis. So just bear that in mind. Right, so what we got? Hi, Valerie, how are you? Yes, Cindy, same. I like being perfect, and I've now got used to the fact that it's not going to be perfect, and that's just how it is. So there we go. Right, I'm going to go ahead and stick this pattern piece onto the mat. I'm not sticking the mat into the main yet because I have a little idea up my sleeve for that. So, oh, hi Nola. Goodness me, it's late or early for you, isn't it? It's not a decent time of the day for Nola. So thank you for joining us, Nola. I appreciate the fact that it is very late early for you. I can't remember which one it is, but I know it's like some ridiculous time, like 1 in the morning or something like that, is it? It's like, I don't know, it's some ridiculous time in the day. So yeah. Right, I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. The other thing as well to notice, when you're doing this, when you're sticking your patterns down, you need to make sure that this is the right way round. So let me just show you. So you see how there that works. If I turn it one little turn, you see how it suddenly doesn't work because all your sides are not equal. So just make sure you know which way up it needs to go. So I'm just going to do a little arrow so I know that's the way it needs to go. Because otherwise you can end up coming to stick it down and just be like, hang on a second, what's going on here? Sure, that fitted a minute ago. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Again, that's happened to me, which is why I'm mentioning it. Right, and then I think we'll go for, I would normally use wet glue, but whenever I use laser printed paper, i.e. stuff I've cut out, you know, printed off myself, I can't use my Yoo-hoo glue because it makes the print come off the page on the other side. So if I put glue on this side, turned it over, went to stick it down, the print would come off on my fingers. So I have to make sure that I am sticking down with tape. So it's a bit longer to watch and it's a bit more difficult to get it lined up, but that's the way it is. That is the way it is. Right, I'm going to fold these back, I think, because I don't think I want to have the whole thing sticky. I feel like that's going to be a disaster waiting to happen. Let's go with that one. Oh no, let's go with this one and this one. Trying to work out where I'm at. It's going to be interesting sticking this down though. Oh, I haven't forgotten about the beginner craft making videos, by the way, everybody. I've just been too busy to actually sit down and plan them and film them and whatever. So it will happen at some point. I don't know when, but it will happen at some point. So it hasn't dropped off the radar. Oh, St. Bridget's Day. Okay. You've got a new bank holiday to celebrate. Oh, okay. So what's St. Bridget? I've not heard of St. Bridget. What is St. Bridget famous for? Please let me know. I've not heard of St. Bridget. Right, let's stick this down. Now this is going to be, oh, that's sticky there. It's going to be interesting. I might just have to take these all off, you know. We're going to be daring. We're taking them all off, and we're going to hope for the best. I don't feel this is going to turn out well, but anywho, let's give it a go. Right, I'm going to stand up. This is serious business, this is. Right, about there. This is the thing with wet glue, you can shimmy it around. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not too bad. It will do. It will do. Right, so I had this idea, and I haven't actually cut out my birthday greeting yet. I'm not sure what to use. I'm not sure whether to use the birthday used in this one. Okay, so my basic idea was to use a piece of acetate like this, and then to have it coming over the top of your card like that and folded over and stuck behind, and then you stick that in. So then that means then your happy birthday's there, but it's kind of floating, it's kind of sticking up. So that is what I was planning to do. But because I don't know how big my birthday is or where it's going to be, I might just wing it. Let's just wing it. We're winging it, everybody. We're winging it. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Right, okay, so let me get some red tape. I feel it needs red tape. I'm going to go this way around, actually. Go this way so it sort of bows in. And then I'm just going to stick a bit of red tape on the back there. I'm intrigued to know more about this bank holiday. I am. Like, why St. Bridget hasn't already had a bank holiday up till now. What has brought this on? Why have they suddenly decided to do a bank holiday? I have so many questions about St. Bridget. I do. Right, okay, so that's that there. And then we're going to put this on here. Make sure it is central, which is about there-ish. Hopefully. Maybe. I'm going to guess it, I think. I could measure it, I mean, but that would be too organised, wouldn't it? So let's just stick it down. Yeah, so that now stands up. So I've now got a bit that stands up. Okay, so now I can go ahead and stick this into my card base. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in. Also, just keep checking that you've got the top fold on your card. Okay, so that's going to go in like that. Because I've got that acetate on the back, I was going to glue it, but I'm now thinking I might just put a couple of bits of tape just up by the acetate, just to make sure that it doesn't like bulk out, sort of thing, like it doesn't make a little pocket where the glue can't go, because I'm not going to be able to glue the acetate. So I'm going to just do that like that, and then I'm going to take off this backing here like that and like that, and then glue the rest of the card. Oh, hello, come on, fingers aren't working today. And then I'm going to glue the rest of the card. I probably should put some tape over the top of that acetate as well. We will see. We might do that in a moment, or we might not. Let's go around. There we go. Yes, I'm going to put some tape over it. I've changed my mind. Need to be quick before my glue dries. Okay. And not get my fingers in the glue, because that would also be not a good idea. Right, there we go then. So let's turn this around. Oh, and then stick this down. Make sure I put the bottom bit down first, because that's the bit with the glue on it. There we go, like that. Press down, and there it is. Okay, so that's our middle bit. Now then, we need to decorate the outside. So for the outside, we need quite a few pieces. So we're going to need all my bits of mat here. You're going to need 4 bits of mat, and these are all 1.5 by 2 1/4. And then onto that you need 4 bits of pattern. These are the background papers from Antonio Makes, and these are all 1 1/4 by 2 inches. Now you want to make sure, if you've got a directional pattern, I would suggest using a non-directional. If I'm honest, I would suggest just use a non-directional. It would just make life a lot easier. If you go directional, you're just going to have a faff. So I would say the first time you do it, go for something without direction, and life will be a lot easier. This does sort of have a direction to it, but it's not that bad, so it's not too difficult to work it out. And if it ends up being upside down, it's not the end of the world as well. So that's a bit wonky, but never mind. Well, that is wonky. Oh well, never mind. It's just one of those things. I might just take these off, actually. I might not bother with the little tabs, because they're so small. I find the tabs work well, you know, peeling the thing back. I find that works well when you've got, like, you know, a big piece. But when you've got smaller pieces, sometimes it's better just to take it all off and just go for it. I mean, it does mean that they don't end up being, you know, level, but anyway, such is the way things are. So yeah, I'm trying to think what things I wanted to ask you all. I did have questions, but my brain's gone blank. So tell me about your week. Tell me what you've been up to. You got anything to look forward to? Got anything exciting happening? Etc. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Right, let's just stick this one down. Oh, pins on a roll. Right, this one's here. I've still got to cut those butterflies out as well, and sort out my greeting. Right, so there we go. Let's turn them all to the right way around. Yep, there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and stick them down. So these are going to go in these spaces here, and this is why. So if you look, see here, here, a perfect example. So this one here is okay. That doesn't look too, it's a little bit off, but it's not too bad. This one here, however, is very off. So let's have a look at this here. If I line it up with the front, with the middle bit. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, I thought it was. Anyway, if you might end up with one that's nice and neat and, you know, right here, but this bit here is really off, the border's really off, in which case just trim that so that it matches it. With the other card we went with the outside border. With this one you need to go with the inside border because you can see it, and you can't really do anything about the inside. Well, you can, but it's easier to do something about the outside border, so I would do it that way around. Right, let's get this in. So this is going to need to go here, and again just make sure it's halfway left and right, so this way, and nice and central top and bottom, like that. And then I'm going to stick the other ones down. Okay. Oh, come on, Mr. Tape. You need to leave the card alone. Right. It's going to go there. And that. That's not too bad. St. Bridget is a patron saint of Ireland. She was baptised by St. Patrick. She died in 525. Oh, wow. We make St. Bridget crosses. Oh, okay. I'm working on publishing a new book. Oh, wow. My life story. Oh, wow. Fabulous, Cindy. That sounds amazing. I've always thought about doing a story, a life story type thing. Because in the church I go to, we quite often do like testimonies. So people will get up and say, you know, what their life was like before they became a Christian, and then, you know, what their life is like now. And so it's quite interesting. I love hearing people's stories of, you know, their lives and what they've been through, and then how they've managed to, you know, come through at the other end. So that would be fascinating, Cindy, I'm sure. And for I'm sure your grandchildren would love that. Because that's the other thing as well with grandchildren. I know with my own, you know, grandparents, there's lots of blanks that when you're little you don't think to ask, and then when you get bigger you're like, oh, and then, but by that point, you know, quite often grandparents are gone, or, you know, they're not around, or depending on how old you are and how old, you know, your parents were when they had you and stuff like that. So it's quite nice to have a book with everything in. Right, so there we go. That's that. So that's those 4 pieces. Don't worry about this. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Bear with me a second. I think I might sneeze. Oh dear, bless me. All right, there we go. So that's that. So now we need to do our little triangle pieces. So you need 2 squares, that matte squares that are 1.5 by 1.5, and 2 pattern squares that are 1.25 by 1.25. And you want to glue them, not glue them. Thank you, Laura. You want to tape them on the back, because what you're going to do is you're going to cut both of them in half diagonally. So I'm just going to do that now. Cut both of them in half diagonally, and with your paper ones, just make sure that you keep your 2 halves together, so you know what's supposed to go on the other side. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't matter. Actually, no, it doesn't matter if you don't. You don't have to keep them together. Ignore that comment. Oh, right. Okay, so that's that one, and that's that one. Karen, your life story would be good for insomnia, would it? Okay. Cindy, your book is different from others. You don't have a lot of questions. The book is different from the grandparents' view. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. A lot of people have been wanting the bank holiday. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Thank you, Karen. Right. Okay, let's turn this back over, and let's stick our patterns onto our mats. But we're not going to stick them onto the card yet, because two of the triangles need more doing to them, as those of you who watch the tutorial will know. Right, so let's take the backing off of this tape here. And then stick these down. I've done a little tip for you. When you're sticking down really tiny pieces like this, I found that a pin works. So I've got a hat pin here, and I've got it stuck on. And then I just find that I can position it nicely. And then kind of hold it into place, press down and stick. And you get a nicely positioned triangle. So a little tip for you. If you have a kind of hat pin, or, I mean, you could probably use a pokey tool for it, but I just find this works well. There's my sticky bit there. So let's do the same here. About there. Yep, there we go. Because they are such tiny triangles, and we're going to go even tinier in a minute. So that's going to make life very interesting. So let's do this one. Right, let's take this one down. Oh, come on, stick down, mister. Don't go awry. There we go. There, during COVID, and it was declared a bank holiday for... Ah, Richard. Okay, cool. I've never heard of that. Never heard of her. But there we go. It's always nice to have an extra bank holiday. I think we're getting an extra bank holiday this year as well, potentially, because of the King's coronation. Last year it was the Queen's Jubilee. And then, unfortunately, sadly, after that, it was her funeral. And then it was the King's... And then this year it'll be the King's coronation. Right, let me get rid of these bits of backing so I don't clog up my desk. Okay, so 2 of these are going to remain in one piece. So let's go with these 2. And they're going to stick there and there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those 2 down first. And then I will come and do the other 2 pieces. Because they need cutting in half, the other 2 pieces do. So let's take this off here. And this one off here. So you can see now why it's a good idea to tape them first, because I would not want to be sticking tape on these tiny triangles. Okay. So here I'm really watching my edge here, and then I'm also making sure, because that point on that triangle literally just touches where that cut is, which is fine. But yeah, just kind of keep those 2 areas in mind when you're sticking them down, so you can line it up properly. And stick this one down over here. Right, let's do this one like this. Okay. And you also want to have an equal border, kind of, between the 2 rectangles, top and bottom. There we go, that looks quite cool. Right, so then what we want to do is we want to take these 2 triangles. Now these 2 need to be cut in half again, which is a bit mad. So the way I usually do it is put it in my guillotine, and where that point reaches the edge of the guillotine, I then line this up along the top edge and then just cut it that way. But I don't want to get my guillotine out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use scissors, but I just need to mark halfway first of all. So the easiest way of doing that is going to be not measuring it, but just using a cutting mat or something with lines on it, putting this on so that it lines up with that flat line there, and that point goes through there like that. And then I'm going to make a little mark here, and then I know where to cut it to. And the same with this one. So if I do it on a smaller, I'll do it on a thinner line. So that is going to go there. Yep, and then that's where we need to cut, is there, where that spot is. And I could draw a line if I wanted to, but I'm just going to wing it. So yeah, then we're going to cut from that point to that line. Oh, there we go. Right, so I definitely need to keep these 2 together. So that's one triangle, because they're going to go either side of that gatefold. So with this one, you do need to make sure you keep the 2 pieces together. Okay, and you want to make sure that, yeah, there we go. Fabulous. Yes, Beth, it is a really nice card, isn't it? You've got Laura with inked fingers to thank for this one, because she sent it to me on Pinterest and said, can we do this card, please? And I was like, yes, we can, actually. Yes, we can. So, yeah. Right, so now we're going to take this backing off and stick it down. And we just need to make sure when we stick it, that cut edge that we've got, so that raw edge there, lines up with the the gatefold raw edge, and you're literally going to shimmy it right up against that cut edge. So ooh, about there, I reckon. About there. Yeah. Okay, because you don't need a border in the middle there. If you want to shimmy it and make it so it actually fits into your triangle, you can, but I quite like it being right up against the edge, and it also takes the stress out of trying to make sure it's, you know, like you've got enough border and stuff like that. And then this one, I'm going to, the only problem is this bit here is the acetate. You just got to be careful because it's pinging up my gatefold piece. Put that in like that. There we go. Slightly off, but oh, it's fine. Not going to lose sleep over that. Right, let me turn it round and do this one. Right, and again, my pin is coming in very handy right now with this. This way around. There we go. Sometimes you just have to move things around so you can see where it goes. Get that in there like that. There we go. So yeah, I'm on Pinterest. I'm called, what am I called, Laura? Am I Iced Images? I've got so many different permutations of the name. I forget what I am on which platform. I think I'm Iced Images or Iced Images Cards. I might be Iced Images Cards, possibly. Just try Iced Images Cards. I don't know. My usual ones. Iced Images Designs. I don't know. I'm something on there. And then yeah, you can message me on there if you see something, and you can send me a photo of it as well, which is really good because then I can look at it. If there's a video attached, that's always useful, but if not, then I can always try and work it out from what I can see. Right, okay, so that's where we're up to now. So that's that. So you've got like a patchworky type effect going on, which is quite nice. So now we just need to sort out this middle bit here and also make our greeting and whatever I'm going to put on here, which is why I've cut these butterflies out, because I was thinking I might have the sentiment but also have some butterflies on it as well, which are kind of, in fact I might have some on the outside actually. Oh, maybe I should do that. Yeah, I think I might put some on the outside. Okay, interesting. Right, let's cut out a couple of butterflies quickly before I do anything. Yes, Beth, exactly. Thank you. Please hit the like button. Please, the thumbs up, please. Also, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, but it really helps me out, helps support the channel, and also it means you don't miss videos, because if you hit the notification bell as well and hit all notifications, it will then tell you whenever I've got a video coming up, whatever, it will let you know. If you want to subscribe and then you decide you don't want to subscribe, you can always unsubscribe. Obviously, I don't want you to do that, but that option is there to you if you want to. You can also become a member as well. Nola's a member, Cindy's a member. Who else is on here? There was somebody else who was a member. Valerie's a member. Yep, there's a few people on who are members. So at the moment, I've just got one tier for the bronze crafty icicles. And you get certain perks for you know, signing up. It's only $2.99 a month. That's pounds. I'm going to be coming up with some more membership tiers hopefully later in the year. I just need to sort out what I'm doing for each tier, and I also need to make sure I've got time to do them. I don't want to say I'm going to do something and then not have time to do it. Oh, Sally, yep, you're there as well. Yeah, cool. There's about 14, 15 of you who are members. So yeah, we're doing well. So I'm very grateful to you guys, very grateful, because you really do help me out loads. And it's just nice. It's nice to have a community of people who are, you know, are supporting you, and yeah, it's good. So, and also, if you are a member, please don't forget you can email me. I've put on the membership thing, I think I've put what the email address is. You can email me and let me know. So if you have any ideas or any suggestions, things you like, membership levels you'd like to see, things you'd like to see in memberships, let me know. Even video suggestions. I mean, that's open to anybody, but yeah, please let me know. I will try and do what I can. Okay, so yeah. And then if you don't want to become a member, but you do want to support the channel just as a one-off, you can hit PayPal. There's a little button on my main page under About, I think it is. Is it under About? I think it's under About, but it is also on the main banner. If you go on my main channel page on PC, I don't know about on mobile, I'm not quite sure what happens on mobile, but on PC there's a little PayPal. It says buy me a coffee, and that's just if you want to do a one-off donation, you can. So yeah, all helps me out basically. Oh, I feel like I've been waffling on forever. Just cutting butterflies out, don't mind me. This is times like this when I wish I had something like a scan and cut, or somebody who could fussy cut for me. But yeah, just cut these out, and then I just need to decide what greeting I'm going to use. I did have a look before, but couldn't find anything suitable. I think I'll probably just use one of my little pre-cut ones. I think, just to save time. Just wish I had some more of. I've got some of these ones, these happy birthday ones, but I've got them in silver, and I think for this card it'd be better if I had them in gold. So I don't know. We'll have to have a look through and see what we can find. So yeah. Ah, and breathe. Very tired again. I'm always tired. I try not to say that I'm tired, but yeah, I am. Right. Oh, the other thing as well I was going to say was I've kind of decided now, because like everything was a bit haphazard at one point, but the way things work, because obviously I do as a live stream, and then there are people who don't want to see the live stream, which I understand, who just want the tutorial. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do obviously the live stream on a Tuesday, and then Friday's video is the tutorial that from a live stream, not the Tuesday's one, but from a previous week's live stream. And then Sunday's video is something new altogether that hasn't been done on live stream. So that's the way I'm trying to do it. Okay, so if you see something on I mean, obviously most of you who are on here will probably, you know, you like live streams, that's why you're here. But if you've accidentally clicked on or whatever, and you know, then just know that Friday's video will be a remake of something I've already done in a live stream, so that it's just a tutorial without the chat. So yeah. Diane, I would love to see them on Cricket Design Space. Oh well, yes. I mean, Cricket, if there's anybody from Cricket watching and you want to sponsor me, or however it works, then please contact me. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you, Karen. Okie doke. You have a good day, and we'll see you at some point. Vicky, you're still trying to work out how to become a member. Okay, so you know, as long as you need to make sure, number one, you need to make sure you're signed in. So sign into your Google account, and then obviously go onto YouTube, and then when you watch one of my videos, below the video there is a join button. In fact, what I'll do is I've got my tablet here, and I'll show you on mine. So I'm signed in on my tablet. I'm signed in on a different account, because I haven't figured out yet how to watch how to watch the live stream whilst I'm doing a live stream, because my camera is above me, and that's my phone, and I can't see comments, I can't see anything. So I have to have my tablet to one side, logged into a different account, so I can see everyone's comments. So on it, let me show you. So because I'm logged in, let me just show you quickly. So hopefully you can see this. So on here, so this is obviously the screen, here's the chat. So you can see this button here, the join. If you click on that join button, that will take you through, and that's how you can join the membership. Okay. If you want to just donate, then if we go to Iced Images, I don't really want to come off, but if you go to Iced Images and go to About, so this is on tablet, okay, so this will be different on PC. On PC, there should be a little PayPal button here on the banner that says buy me a coffee. But on tablet, you have to go to About, I think it's About, and then here you can see it says links, and it says buy me a coffee. So you click on that, and that takes you through. Okay, so that's how you do it. So let's come back to here so I can see everybody. So hopefully that helps, Vicky. Yeah. Sally, yeah, the reason why I'm always tired is because I don't get enough sleep, frankly. Basically, I don't get enough sleep. And also menopause. Don't get enough sleep, menopause, and I'm a light sleeper. Anything else? No, I think that's probably about right. I think that's probably about it. As if that's not enough. Right, so we've got our butterflies, we've got our card. So now what we need to do is find our sentiment. So let me find a sentiment. What shall I use? I want to use one of my pre-done ones. I really don't want to have to cut one out. But I don't know if I've got anything big enough. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right. See, I've got that one, but I don't really want to go silver. I want to go gold if I'm going to do anything. I've also got, see, I was thinking about cutting this out, this happy birthday thing, because it's quite nice. Yeah, exactly, Sally. I've got a happy birthday. I could cut the birds off it, but I'm not sure about that one. Let's celebrate. I've got some other ones here, but they're too small. Got that one, but it's too big. It's the right colour, but it's a bit on the large side. I have got I could cut out a proper die cut of that. That might work. It's a bit of a pain to cut out, but I could do that. Yeah, I think I might have to do that one, I think. Because nothing else in here really works. Well, the only other thing I've got is these. These might work, actually. Oh, no, I quite like that. I think I might go with that one. These were toppers that I got from Trimcraft. Trimcraft toppers. Yeah, and they came in gold and white and also silver and white. And they're very useful for such a time as this. When you just want to put something on and not faff around. So I think I'm going to use that. Right, so they do come with a foam thing on the back. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take that foam thing off, just because it's a little bit bigger than my it's a little bit wider than my piece of acetate. So I'm going to take that foam thing off. There's no join button. Okay, no, if you're on iPhone, it should still be. Are you signed into your YouTube account? Oh, you must be, because it's coming up as Vicky as your name. That's interesting. Anybody else on Apple? Can you help? Because I'm not on Apple, I'm on Android. Can anybody else help? The only other thing then, Vicky, is if you go to let me bring my tablet back in again. And again, I'm on Android, so this might be different. But if you go on to, go back to my channel again, and you go to, I think it was community. No, channels. No, about. Is it about? No, it's not about. Well, when you see my picture here, can you see there? It says join. So again, that would be where you can join. I don't know if it's different online on Apple. So anybody else on Apple, please let me know. You know, if like any of my members on here, Sally and Cindy and Nola and anybody else on here, Valerie, my brain's not working. Anybody else on here who's a member already, and if you're on Apple, can you help Vicky out? Because I don't know why it's not coming up. Because it should come up. The join button should come up. So I don't know if it's an Apple problem or if it's just, I don't know. I'm not good with technology, as you can probably tell by now. I am not good with technology. Right, I'm going to put a bit of red tape on the bottom. Yeah, anybody, if you can help, please do. Cindy, you're going to go through all my cards and make 10 thank you cards for students. Oh, wow. Okay. Fabulous. Yeah, I hope they like them. Right, now this bit of acetate is slightly too long, but that's fine. So I'm just going to make a little mark on the back of here, so I know. Not that you can see it, but anyway. I just want to be able to Oh, I'm going to have to just wing it. Let me just wing it. It's about there. Right, so let's put that down. Make sure that's lined up. It's lined up. I'm going to turn it sideways just so I can stick my tape on. And the reason why I know it's the wrong way around, okay, I haven't gone completely crazy. I just thought it's easier to stick my tape on with the sentiment upside down, you know, back to front, because then I know where on the acetate I need my tape to go. So I need my tape to go there. I need to trim off a tiny bit on the bottom because it's a little bit too long, like that. And then I can peel off the backing on here, like that. And then we can stick our greeting down. So that's going to go on there like that. Make sure it's nice and straight and central, like that. There you go, and it bounces forward. Oh, I like that. I like the acetate bit. And then you've got, yeah, and then you open it up. Oh, I do like the acetate bit because it kind of pops through there. It's sort of held down a little bit by that, but it does pop forward. And my idea was to be sticking some butterflies behind it and stuff, but I think that's going to be too much. So I think I might stick them on the actual, I don't know, I might stick them on the actual card underneath. Oh, we're getting technical now. So we're going to do a bit of sculpting on the old butterflies in the hope that then they kind of stay up a little bit like that. And then I'm just going to put some in. Now my body of the butterfly is kind of a bit gone, so I'd like to do something with that butterfly, but I don't know what. I might put some gems down it maybe. Yeah, I do like this acetate idea. I might be using this again on other cards, I feel. Because that's quite a nice little idea. I don't know what made me think of it, but I'm liking that. I am liking that. Oh, Beth, you can't see it either. Maybe it's an Apple problem then. That's weird. Must be an Apple thing. Any of my members who are on at the moment, are you all on Android? Or any of you on Apple? Let me know, please. Because I want to try and sort this out for Vicky. If possible. Right, let's get these two little butterflies sorted out. Must be an Apple thing. That's really weird. I don't know why. I don't know why on Apple you'd have problems. That's very strange. Mind you, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Right, let's stick this one down. I'm going to sort out their bodies later because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with them. These bits of backing are really annoying. Maybe it's only in the UK. No, you can be a member anywhere because Nola's in Australia, Cindy's in America. Sally, where are you? Are you in the UK? I can't remember who's where. I've got people. Yeah, I've got members from all over, so it's not that. I'm just wondering whether it's an Apple Android kind of problem. I'm not really sure. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I'm and also I can't remember who it was. I think it was Nola who said about putting the butterflies onto acetate and vellum. You know, putting them on the back so that then it stands up better. That has been the best idea I've had. Not I've had, that someone else has had, that someone's told me about. Oh my goodness, in a long time, because that is just a game changer. It really is. So now these butterflies, I know they're not going to go completely flat as a pancake when they go in the envelope because they've got acetate on them. They're always going to stand up a little bit. I just think that is such a good idea. Yeah, it's such a good idea. It is a very good idea indeed. And it's a great way of using up, you know, if you've got bits of acetate that are like, you know, the overhead projector acetate, that kind of acetate. There's not really a great deal of use for anything else, but actually just works really well with this because, you know, or like I've used the bits of packaging. again. Now as well with this, because you've got this corner missing, you can have a butterfly half hanging off. As long as it doesn't go past your footprint, then you can have a bit hanging off. So that's another thing to note. Right, who have we got? Renee, it's on your iPhone. Arrive the subscribe button, the banner that says welcome to my channel. There is an arrow pointing to the right. That and her, okay. So there you go. So if you follow what Renee was saying, yeah. Where is me? I can find the buy me a coffee iPhone, not the join feature. Okay, well, Renee, I'm glad that it's there on iPhone. So there's obviously something, I'm not quite sure why it's not showing up for you, because you must be signed in, otherwise it wouldn't say your name. Vicky, I don't know. Oh, my tablet's having troubles. Oh no, it's come back in now. Yeah, I don't know. There must be a way. There must be a way. I don't know. Maybe have a look on PC. Have a look on PC maybe and see if it's there. I don't know. I wish I could help you further, but I can't, sadly. Right, I'm going to put this down in this corner here. I'm going to have him half coming off, because I quite like the fact he's half coming off. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I've got another one, but I feel like he's going to be too much. So I think we will stop there. I think we will stop there. Can I put someone post a direct link to it? Probably. You know what I'm going to try and do once we come off, because I've only just recently realised how I pin a comment. So I can pin a comment to the comment section of the video, so it's always at the top. And I'm going to try and do that and put in the membership details. Oh, you know what? Actually, Vicky, on the description, there is a link in the description. So on the description, if you click in the little where it says on mine, it says like 33, you know, it's got the title, and then let me bring my thing in. Let me just bring my tablet in. So on here, you know where you've got your title, and then it says 33 watching, started an hour ago, it says more. If you click on more, it says join this channel to get access to perks. And if you click on that, it should take you through, hopefully. Let me move it over. So that should take you through. So I always try and put that link in my that's at the top of every description. So in the description you'll see it. So hopefully that helps. That helps you, hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, we'll get there eventually. Thank you for everyone's help. There we go. Right, cool. So yes. So there we go. We've done. Hurrah. This is I'm not going to use that butterfly, but that's fine because I can use him on another project, so it's fine. Right, so let me just clear the decks a little bit, and then I'll get all 3 cards out. We can have a look at all 3. And yeah, I'm pleased with the way it turned out as well. So there we go. We've got 2 with flaps and 1 without. I like both. I like the flaps. I like the non-flaps, if I'm honest. But I really like the card. I really like the shape of the card. An octagon is very pleasing on the eye. So yeah, 3 ways you can do it. You can either have your flaps flapping, you can have your flaps stuck, or you can have no flaps at all. So there you go. Thank you, Anna Marie. Thank you for that. I'm glad you sorted it out. Thank you. Thank you, guys, because I'm not technologically minded at all. I'm really not. But yeah, so there we go. So that's that one. All I've got to do is add me white bit in the middle, but I'll do that off camera because you don't want to watch me stick a white piece in the middle. When you do your white piece, just cut. It's exactly the same. So you've got a square. Your square will be, I should probably give you the measurement, shouldn't I? So your square will be 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. No, it won't. It'll be 5 1/2. No, it won't. No, it'll be 5 1/2. It'll be 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. And again, you're going to go along the top 1 3/4 and along the other side 1. So it's literally whatever you did for the pattern, that's exactly what you do for the white piece. Okay. So there you go. So there we have our card. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So thank you everybody for your help. Thank you, Vicky. I hope you found it now. I hope you can find it, Vicky. As I said, it's on the it's in the description. So if you link in the description, it's in there. Thank you, Sally. Yes. So there you go, people. So I'm going to poodle off. It's nice and sunny here. I've got lots to do. I still need to film my Coca-Rosa Studio craft haul video. I've started, but I'm trying to make the cards for it. So I've got one card left to make and one box left to make, and then I can film it. So that will be coming up soon. I really wanted to get it up for Saturday, but I didn't get a chance. I'm hopefully going to get it this week sometime. It'll be an extra one. It won't be a Friday or Sunday one. It'll be loaded up another time. Craft haul videos I'm doing as extras because yeah, because I just am. So yeah, thank you everybody. I'm really liking this card, so thank you Laura for suggesting it, because this is a nice card. I'm liking it. It's got a lot of mileage and it works well for mail cards, as you're seeing here. So yeah, if you want to as well, if you want to decorate it and do this whole section as one piece of mat and pattern, then you can, but trying to figure that out was too much for my brain. So that's why I made it into rectangles and triangles. I just thought it'd be easier. So yeah, right, I'm going to poodle off, and yeah, I'm going to take me off my little stand on the ceiling there, and you can have a closer look. Let me just, oh, bear with, oh, it's me, oh no, and I've dropped my phone. Bear with, sorry about that everybody, you just took a tumble. I hope no one's broken any bones from that tumble. Right, so, dear. Oh dearie me. So there's the first one, there's the second one, and there's the other one. So yeah, with my lead in it. Nice. Right, so I will see you all next week, everybody. Thank you for joining me and bearing with me. I'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.